disclosure entering a new phase. I am Kara, and some time since I have been able to be with you in this fashion. I come now at a time, special time, that you are moving into. All at a new phase for us that are watching over you. As we are preparing. What are we preparing for? We are preparing for not a full disclosure, not, as of yet, but moving more towards partial disclosure. And what do I mean by that? I mean that those of you that have been training, working to become more of who you came here to be. Those of you that are more and more awakened and fully in the ascension process, those of you we are here for. A new phase is developing, call it phase 2, if you wish. But we are preparing to make our appearance to more and more of you that are ready. First, will likely not be a physical appearance. Not physical as you know it. As a vision that will appear to you. That is what is being prepared now. That then will become a more physical expression. And the more that you can trust in your own inner knowing, trust in your intuition, trust in the whispers that come into your heart. The more that you can trust, the more that you can believe, then it will indeed be. That is what this is all about. Coming to believe, coming to know who you are as star seeds that have come here to this planet, to this evolution, to prepare the way. As you have heard many times, the way showers, you are indeed all doing that. Even if you do not realize it in your conscious knowing state, in your unconscious state during your sleep process, many of you are moving more and more fully into an awakened and conscious state of awareness. That is what this time is all about for you. I tell you now, as Kara, as an emissary of Pleiades, to the earth, to all of you that are moving through your ascension process, I tell you that we are here. We will be more here in the times ahead. Again, you must trust. You must believe, then you will see us, we'll appear more to you, to all of you. Then it will come a time when there has been enough increase in the vibrational frequency across the entire planet, when it will be safe for those of us to even land our ships. Small ships at first, and becoming larger and larger, the disclosure proceeds on. That is my message to you here today, a message to trust in yourselves, trust in the connectedness within all of you, indeed, all is connected. So believe, and you shall see. All of my peace and love be with all of you. I am Kara, and I'll leave you now in oneness and peace. The full moon in Scorpio 2025. The full moon at 22 Scorpio falls on Monday, May 12th. Perhaps its most significant feature is that it is the last of a long series of full moons in aspect to unpredictable Uranus, in the opposite sign of Taurus. Taurus is a sign that we usually associate with stability and security. Uranus' long sojourn in this sign for the past 7 years has upended many of the structures of our lives that we had taken for granted, and perhaps thought indestructible. Taurus has domain over the sorts of things that provide comfort and sustenance, which includes things like the economy as well as durable and sustainable goods. It is also the sign associated with the environment and the earth, our mother. The full moon in Scorpio is the culminating moon during Taurus season. In the northern hemisphere during Taurus season, the land is fertile, the trees and flowers are blossoming with new life. Flora, the goddess of flowers, is bringing all the verdant splendor. And so are our fates blossoming as well with the full moon in Scorpio. This too is part of the plan, giving humanity, as a collective whole, the capacity to evolve and grow, by showing us the results of our choices in this regard. However, as has been seen with the previous full moons tied in with Uranus, there is no telling what can, and will be brought to fruition, in the light of the full moon. Pluto, the modern ruling planet of Scorpio, has been roiling and toiling about in his lair since his retrograde station on May 4th. Planets are stronger when they station. And when Pluto stations, the profound transformative quality of Pluto is internalized. Those things that we have been suppressing or avoiding will no longer be ignored. And all the more so with the full moon bringing all sorts of things to the surface. It is also within this period that the conclave came together to elect the next Pope of the Catholic Church. In our own lives it is time to address all those things that make us less effective in the world. That can include any habits, fears, and tendencies that are holding us back. Scorpio is a sign of purification and renewal. An opportunity to clear the slate and begin anew. It can also be that what has been lost can be found in the light of the full moon. What has ended can once again be reborn. At the full moon this Monday we might ask ourselves, what do I need to let go of in order to be able to grow and evolve? What do I need to release in order to be a freer, more authentic version of myself? What am I so desperately clinging to that is only undermining what I am trying to achieve? What needs further purifying in order for me to grow and thrive? This can be a habit, an idea, some attachment, or even our own expectations. Pay attention to what is being revealed in the light of the Scorpio moon. Old secrets can be scandalously disclosed with the full moon opposing Uranus. But so can rare, and even priceless, gifts and gems come to light. For what also lurks beneath the shadows are not only those things that undermine and weaken us, but also those things of great beauty and potential. By confronting what comes to light, even the ugly, the things we prefer not to admit, the things that may even be scandalous and shameful, can prove to be both affirming and therapeutic. In order to reap the benefits, the potential, the gifts, the powerful trust that can come with the full moon in Scorpio, we need to go through the purification process of confronting ourselves, even our own darkness, and then taking a vow to renew and rebuild and create more sustainable edifices in our lives. The full moon in Scorpio is a tremendously intuitive moon. Expect visitations in your dreams, and the sort of urgency that drives us at the core of our being. It is most powerful the night of the 11th, just before its perfection on May 12th. Wait for the moon to rise, then take advantage of the Scorpio full moon to connect with your guides, read the cards, toss the coins, unearth that old pendulum gathering dust in the drawer. Read the tea leaves. Dare to look at the things you would prefer to ignore. Make discoveries and revelations. This is a time for insight and understanding. Use it, and use it well. The angels' love can be found in so many ways. My dear friends, we love you so very much. Beneath all that you desire, there is only one desire. Whether you want a lover, a full bank account, the vacation you've been dreaming about for years, or a moment of sweet connection with a dear one in spirit, underneath it all, you want love. You want to feel your essential self, be your essential self, and share your essential self. Your essential self, beneath the body, the mind, and all that you think you are, is love. Love is the energy from which you were made. Love is the energy that keeps your lungs breathing and heart beating. And love is the energy into which you will expand in even grander ways when you are complete with your journey upon the earth. Everything you experience is colored by your relationship with love. Love emanates constantly from the source of all creation. Like a central sun, the Creator beams love outward to every particle of creation. The love of the Creator lives within all things and all beings. Love lives within your cells, which are always reaching for more love. Love lives in the smallest blade of grass reaching for the sun. Love lives in your insistent dog, who loves themselves enough to demand dinner when they are hungry. Love lives in the kind hearts who care for so many, and even lives in the hurting, hateful, who feel so disconnected from their true nature that the only scraps of love they can find come from a temporary feeling of angry power. You all want to share love, enjoy love, and express love. You want to feel loved. Whether you experience that love in the eyes of an adoring pet or partner, or the deliciousness of an exquisite meal, love brings you to life. Beneath the tears of your grief, or when you are upset, and want so much more, if you can focus on the love beneath these feelings, then dear ones, you will transform your pain. If, in the throes of grieving tears, if you can't stop to acknowledge, "This is how much I love," you may just find that the tears stop temporarily as you witness the beautiful capacity of your heart to hold one so dear. It is impossible to love and hurt at the same time. You can switch rapidly between love and longing. But love will not hurt. Love lifts. Love soothes. love comes and heals. In every moment that you connect with love, you rejuvenate your body, mind, and soul. When you temporarily disconnect from love, you temporarily disconnect from experiencing the healing stream. Even then, in a single moment of appreciation, you can open to it once again. Love, dear friends, is given freely. It is the eternal out-breath of the source. As surely as the sun does not take back the rays it shines from within, love is never withheld. Never does it cease to flow. Will you open the faucet of your heart and let it in? If so, it will renew you in a multitude many ways. You can allow love to flow to you in so many ways, great and small. You can receive a compliment with grace. You can think of something you like about yourself or admire in another. You can sip a soothing beverage, eat food you enjoy, and wear clothing that comforts you. You can read something that uplifts, or watch a video that inspires. You can witness the birds singing with glory each morning and night, or look around and enjoy a moment of appreciation for the roof over your head. And while most of you want life or others to provide you with love, being able to find love just by looking, and to see it just by seeking, is an art that will serve you throughout your life. Acknowledging that you are loved is infinitely practical. When a problem arises, take a breath. Remind yourself, I am loved. Help is here. Take a few breaths and wait for guidance. When your body needs love, remind yourself, I am loved. Help is here. Sit and breathe until you feel calmer as you allow streams of light and healing to flow to you and through you. When someone is unkind or upsetting, or life presents an unthinkable challenge, remind yourself, I am loved. Help is here. Then take a few breaths. Put your hand on your heart and imagine allowing yourself to open to love's grace. Dear friends, if you knew how loved you truly are, you would have the confidence to move worlds. You wouldn't have to live in fear. You would know your divine birthright to an abundant, loving, and grace-filled life. When you were innocent babies, you knew this love existed. You came straight from it. Although most of you were soon indoctrinated in the conditional love offered by those around you, divine love is always available for the taking, right here, right now. And even a moment of letting it in, by acknowledging something pleasing, being sweet to yourselves, or appreciating a beautiful moment, you open yourself to the ever-flowing life-giving guidance, grace, and goodness that you all so deeply desire. God bless you. We love you so very much. The Angels. Scorpion Passage, May 12, 2025. Beloved Ones. During this month, we are immersed in the earthly energy of Taurus, retrieving our connection to nature, and with all that anchors us to our earthly plane. However, as balance is essential, we welcome now a full moon in Scorpio on May 12, in which we be called to move from the material world to the depths of our being, preserving our hearts and calling upon our divine power to overcome any obstacle that we are undergoing during this 9 transformation year. Scorpio is precisely the sign of transformation par excellence. The Scorpion moon opposes Uranus and Taurus, the planet of change. Both come at this time to assist us at a very emotional cycle for many of us who are letting go of an old self and life. Supporting ourselves during this process is pivotal to loving the new person we are becoming. Practicing compassion towards ourselves as we rediscover who we are and our new mission is vital to preserving our mental and emotional health. It is a passage for us to break free from who we used to be, for we are often slaves to our memories, old habits, relationships, and ideas, which is what impedes us from growing and moving forward, seeing the solutions that will help us see the light again. It is not karma, it is not punishment, bad luck, or anyone's fault. It is us who have chosen to remain limited, close to a version of who we used to be, to what was familiar, what impedes us from moving forward. We are now called to break the final link between our 3-dimensional self and our illumined one, leaving it all behind and embodying our 5th-dimensional self. This is achieved as we transcend all 3D trauma experienced in this and any other parallel timeline, and choose to remove all false ascension timelines that will result in the transcendence of our astral body, so we can re-emerge into the soul dimensions, transcending the so-called white light and the astral illusion. If we still hold 3D trauma in our bodies, we will be continually pulled to this dimension, for we are not yet able to coexist in another frequency band. This is why it is so important to clear our three-dimensional self and memories, so we can finally disengage from who we are not anymore, and keep embodying higher essences. This is a passage for us to align with our heart, activating our monadic portal, and moving into a higher perspective, where we can scan our bodies, remove all mental inserts destined to control our consciousness, and all that is keeping us fragmented, as Scorpio reminds us, for it is the perfect frequency for us to regain alignment and clarity through stillness. One of the most common ways to know if our consciousness is being governed is actually by spending from 30 minutes to 60 still, in silence. Many will find out they feel anxiety, they cannot stop looking at their phones, or other similar impulsive behaviors that are the result of brain control. If this occurs, we need to clear all these brain inserts, aligning to our hearts, and doing a profound mental, emotional and physical clearing, removing all links and cords that attach us to what is inorganic, and restoring what is natural. And that is joy, gratitude, and above all, a complete trust in the divine, surrendering to her his will completely. Balancing the ego, which tries to force situations when we clearly are not being guided to something, is also important to clear our minds at this transformation time, as many times confusion between guidance and ego domination can occur when we are not yet balanced in heart and brain. We all pass through this. We all need to forget to remember again. This is part of why we came to this plane. Being aligned to our heart, to our soul portal, the thymus, which is connected to our soul and monad, is essential to remain at peace, for, as we open the diamond monadic portal and descend its light into our thymus, we activate the divine strength and connection to be guided towards our new destination. Change has always been the only constant for us. However, the less density we experience as we continue moving towards more illumined dimensions, the greater the shift, having a deeper impact on ourselves as our frequency is increasing like never before. The only way to remain balanced is to follow our inner compass, moving inwards to feel at home, as everything else will never belong the same, as we continue choosing to evolve and become who we are. This is a time to open our minds and hearts to change, to who we are, for we are not going into unknown territory. On the contrary, we are reuniting ourselves to who we truly are, and always were. It is time for self-reclamation, choosing to stop looking back, to look within, where all the love, wisdom, and power we need to overcome any situation reside. May you be brave enough to look within yourself to find you again, beloveds. With an infinite love. Natalia, Alba. Hakann, the thing is the thing itself. My dearest brothers and sisters. This is Hakann speaking. I greet you in peace and love. Last week we discussed that your attention is healing. Today I would like to add, when you're paying attention to something, try to focus on the thing itself, and not on some conceptualization of it. So for example, if your body hurts, or is unwell, don't conceptualize it as a headache, and then feel that headache. Instead just feel the pure body sensations. This channeler was at the dentist recently, and, as he was laying in the dentist chair, he found it helpful to remind himself, the thing is the thing itself. Or in other words, just feel the sensations that are actually happening. Rather than focusing on a conceptualization of being at the dentist, with all the scary associations that some people have with it. The actual sensations he experienced weren't that scary or painful, but the conceptualization of being at the dentist might be really scary. So, the actual sensations he was experiencing in the dentist chair is the thing itself, that's all it is. There's no need to conceptualize it, or to bring in associations with being at the dentist. The thing is the thing itself. If you have a craving for some food, then the thing to observe isn't that food, the thing to observe is that you have a craving for that food. So you might not always want to immediately go into the thought. And sure, maybe it would be a good idea to eat that, but then again, your biological urges come from a time when famine was a much greater risk than obesity. Your thoughts and emotions and instant associations are primarily tuned to keep you alive in a dangerous, caveman type of world. But that doesn't mean that quickly jumping to associations is an optimal thing to do in the modern world, where caring for your psychological health has become a greater concern than not being eaten by a tiger. Similarly, if someone says that you're not looking good, then the thing to observe is, this person said that I'm not looking good, and how am I feeling in my body right now? And then later, if you want, you can decide if you want to take some practical action or not. The thing to observe isn't, I'm not looking good right now. And certainly it's not a good idea to jump into fear-based associations such as, I'm going to die alone. Rather, the thing to observe is, a person said that I'm not looking good right now. Don't immediately accept another person's words as truth. Similarly, don't immediately accept your own thoughts or emotions as truth. If a thought arises that you don't look good, then the thing to observe isn't that you don't look good. The thing to observe is that you had a thought that you don't look good. Those are different things. Don't believe everything you think. Now yes, you absolutely can rely on your intuition. If your intuition says something, believe it, and stand firm in your position. However, you probably experience more thoughts and emotions than you experience intuition. And unlike intuition, thoughts and emotions can easily be false. Or rather, your thoughts and emotions may point to something real going on inside you, but they won't necessarily provide true information about the external world. Some spiritual people fall into the trap of labeling thoughts or emotions they have as intuition or guidance. This trap may contribute to the phenomenon where some spiritual people believe they have a 100% accurate knowing that Trump is a monster, and some other spiritual people believe they have a 100% accurate knowing that Trump is an amazing man and a white hat. Both can't be true. At least one of those people mistakenly labeled random thoughts or emotions they had as intuition or guidance. And yes, sometimes it's other people who make this mistake, but then again, maybe sometimes it's you who makes this mistake. And it's okay, everyone makes mistakes. You are already amazing. And you are fully worthy of love, even if you make mistakes. So, what should you do? Observe, do your spiritual practice, and don't immediately believe everything that arises in you. And if you're not sure yet, then it's fine to have opinions, but don't hold on to them too strongly. If someone says something, and then you experience negative emotions, don't immediately jump to this person is evil, or that statement was bad. Instead, observe first. Maybe the statement really is false and harmful, or maybe the message is fine, and it simply goes against your current worldview which is never pleasant, or you just had an emotional reaction. Emotions aren't bad. You shouldn't condemn them. In fact, they're completely human, and very useful, and they can provide great insights into what is going on inside you, and how you can take better care of yourself. Just don't make the mistake of thinking that emotions tell you objective truths about the external world. Now yes, sure, sometimes emotions do point towards things that are objectively true about the external world. But then again, sometimes emotions mislead people about the external world. Think about the political side that you like least. That side is being driven by irrational emotions towards untruths, right? Ultimately, the thing is the thing itself. An emotion is just an emotion. A thought is just a thought. A remark by someone else is just a remark by someone else. A biological craving for food is just a biological craving for food. That's all it is. An emotion, or a thought, or a craving doesn't automatically mean that that thing is true, or that you should believe or do that thing. It doesn't mean that you should go into that emotion or thought or craving. If someone tells you you're unattractive, then you don't need to go into the thought that you're unattractive. Instead you can just observe, oh hey, someone called me unattractive. You can create suffering for yourself by creating conceptualizations of things, or by immediately monkey mind jumping your way over to scary or painful associations. But by itself, a thought is just a thought. An emotion is just an emotion. A remark is just a remark. You don't need to immediately believe it, or immediately go into the thought, or immediately jump to associations. A thought is just a thought. An emotion is just an emotion. The thing is just the thing itself. With all my love. Your star brother, Hakann. One who serves and Shoshanna, trusting yourself. Master OWS. Greetings to you, one who serves here. Shoshanna is here, and we are ready to assist you in questions that you might have. Please mute your phones, please. It is important that you do so, or we cannot continue this. Very good. Would there be questions here now? Member? Hi, this might be less of a question, and more of a confirmation, because it ties in so well with what Kara was saying. I wondered if the funny glitch on my computer the other day was a message, because I was thinking I would like more contact. I was looking at videos, and you see one, and then you see another one once, and then I clicked on one. It was called Alien Isolation, and then when I went to look at other options, there were any other ones. It was only that one image that said Alien Isolation. So it seemed to me that was a kind of a good sign, positive sign. So I just wanted you to take on that, if you will. Master OWS. Well, we would say to you that you are certainly on the right track in terms of trusting yourself, trust in your intuition, as your discussion was all about earlier. And it is certainly important for you to do so more and more. As Kara has given, there is going to be some rather big changes coming, we will say here. And some of those changes will include those from your brothers and sisters, from the stars showing themselves more and more. We know that you have been hearing this for quite some time, but again it is always a process of vibrational frequency and consciousness. That must rise enough so that the disclosure of your friends, brothers, and sisters, from the stars can be seen more frequently. And that is in process of occurring here now. So you can look at what occurred with you as your intuition reaching out to you. Your guidance reaching out to you. Shoshanna, do you have anything to add? Master Shoshanna. We do not. Master OWS. Very good. Member. Thank you. Master OWS. Will there be other questions here? Member. Yes, I have a question. Master OWS. Yes. Member. It is kind of a little off question, it's a little off the wall, but it has come to be earlier, and I was thinking about it. For the dark, I guess my question is, what is the status even beyond the earth plane of the dark side? It just seems that the dark, it's definitely permeated everything here on earth, and within the density. It is part of the story here. But, using the term liberation loosely, I guess I have already considered that humanity is one. It will be liberated. But what is the situation after this? Is it that the galaxy has been cleared of the dark side? I know there is justice happening. I believe at a galactic level, even if it does not happen here on the planet. But my question is, does this go on? Does the dark side? I have heard so many stories about what led to Atlantis, and led to the dark side coming to this planet, and the fallen angels, etc. I just kind of want to know, are they out of the galaxy? Are they serving justice to them? Is the Earth situation a repeat itself, where they just go to another planet, and take it hostage again? So, that's my question. It's just kind of what is the larger picture, I would say, for the dark side in regards to this particular galaxy, and the civilizations within it. Master OWS. We will tell you that this war, if you will, between the dark side and the side of the light has been ongoing for countless millennial, eons and eons and eons of time. And it is in process of being culminated here in this solar system, and in this galaxy as well. All is being processed to bring about to the end of the battle here, between those of the dark forces, and those of the light. For the dark forces are being exited out, we will say here. And that is going to continue to happen, and then, just as you have on other systems, other planets, you have done this before, you are likely to jump right back into the driver's seat and do it all again somewhere else. Another galaxy, another system, another planet, that is who you are. Member? And what we do? Master OWS. That's certainly not, for you have freedom of choice. But because of who you are, as a being, we will say a universal being here. So not so much galactic, but universal, you will likely be jumping right back into the parade. So will attend? We cannot say that. At some point though, you, your individual self, not you, that is here in this lifetime, but you, as the being that you are, the soul being that you are, will eventually come to the point where you are merged back fully with the Prime Creator once again, you see? Member? Yes, perfect. Master OWS. Remember this, you have come from the ethers and journeyed to the stars. And you are moving from the stars into the innermost planes of consciousness. Member. I love that saying. Master OWS. Shoshanna, do you have something to add here? Master Shoshanna. Well, we have a perspective here, and we have an overview. We do not find that one who serves answer was lacking in any way, but we have maybe a different perspective on this, if you would like to hear it, dear brother. Member? I would love to, thank you so much. Master Shoshanna. Dear brother, the first thing that a being would ask themselves that is awake is, why did I incarnate on a planet such as Earth? What is the purpose of this, you see? And we will tell you that the higher purpose to all of this is the soul's evolution. That is all it ever is the soul evolving higher and higher and higher into a more comprehensive, more understanding, bigger being that can incorporate more and more of the God source, you see. So, when you ask a question, we believe that we understood this, and maybe not, but we heard your question, as will the dark side be gone someday. Is that correct? Member? Actually, it was, they will be gone from Earth. I just want to understand, do we have another planet to go to? Is battling the dark side always going to be the backdrop for what we do? Master Shoshanna. No. Member? Meaning? Is there another planet we need to go? That is kind of a higher question. What happens post-Earth? I kind of was getting at that. Master Shoshanna. Well, Earth is a construct for experiences that the soul enters into through an incarnated being to experience itself and to experience more of itself in its rough, you see. But it is a construct of all the souls that wish to experience what is to experience here. So there is really no dark side. There is a dark side for the souls that require it. The next planet or the next incarnation or the next experience is what your soul requires. So if your soul has not learned, or not evolved enough to be on a planet without a dark side, it will find itself on another one, you see. It is all about the evolution of the soul. And that is how we can explain this, the dark side is a creation of the souls that require it, you see. So when you come to a point as a being, not as, but as a totality, as a being, that you no longer require this chaos, that your soul has learned what it needs to learn, it will find itself not having to battle it, you see. But each soul has a requirement to fulfill, and it is an overview, so we cannot say, oh, there will never be another dark side, because again, it is the soul's requirement that creates it. Does that make sense, dear brother? Member? You've explained it perfectly, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Master Shoshanna. Namaste. Master OWS. We would add here one thing. Do you remember in your movie Star Wars when the one Luke was bidden by the Yoda? Bidden by the Yoda to go into the cave and to face his fears. And what did he face? He faced a mirror within that cave and saw who? He saw the Darth Vader. Member? He saw Darth Vader, right? Master OWS. He saw the dark side of himself, you see. Member? Yes, Master OWS. And that is an indication of there is a dark side and a light side to all? Master Shoshanna. And it is a creation. Master OWS. Yes. Member. It is a creation, correct, of the souls. Thank you so much, I appreciate it. Master OWS. Very good. Would there be any other questions here? No further questions? Very good. Member. Yes, I have a question. Can we have a physical contact with our brothers and sisters from stars? Master OWS. Can you have physical contact with your brothers and sisters from the stars? Is that what you are saying? Member. Yes, exactly. Master OWS. Yes, and that was what Kara was alluding to here. That is certainly in the works, we will say, is coming. So, but it is important, as she has given, that you must believe, you must trust in yourself, trust in the inner knowings that come to you, and that trust and that belief will then lead to a more physical or visual expression of those that are coming to aid you, to assist you, and have been here for quite some time to do so, okay? Shoshanna, do you have anything to add? Master Shoshanna. Well, we will add here, may we add dear brother? Member. Okay, thank you. Master Shoshanna. Dear brother, many have had contact. Master OWS. Yes. Master Shoshanna. There are many individuals on your planet that have met their brothers and sisters, that have had galactic contact. You see, there are many. And these accounts or these stories have been pushed into the background. You will not find them on CNN. You will not find them on any mainstream. You will not find these stories. It is the intention of those that have controlled your planet to make sure you do not know, you see. But the secret is out. So many know and understand that galactic contact has been made and will continue to be made. What is necessary here is that you allow that you get ready for it, that you allow for it, and it could happen to you. What we find the program is deep here, that you must hide this. But we are saying let it out. Let it out into the open and ask for it. Nam asked. Member. Thank you. Master OWS. Very good. Any further questions here? Okay, then we are ready to release channel. Shoshanna, do you have any parting message? Master Shoshanna. We do not. Master OWS. Then we just simply say continue to trust in yourself, believe, and you shall see. Shanti peace be with you, be the one. Fontereofflight.com. Gli altri video sono nella playlist dei video in italiano. Aiutami a diffondere la luce, cliccami bias, condividere iscriviti al canale. Grazie.